She wrote "Help" on the napkin bikers at table 15, noticed before the waiter. Mia Sterling was clearing coffee cups when woman at table 8 slipped napkin reading "Help." Man beside her smiled menacingly. Mia noticed table 1512 Ride Safe members watching everything. 2 seconds later, 12 bikers moved. Sometimes waitresses see what others miss. Sunrise Diner sat on Sacramento's downtown corner, worn booth seats, perpetually steaming coffee, walls covered in vintage highway signs. Friday morning, 9:47 a.m., mid-shift. Table 8 held couple moving oddly. Beautiful woman stiff, man between her and exit, woman's eyes darting toward staff seeking something. Table 15 held 12 Ride Safe members motorcycle organization dedicated to identifying missing persons, tracking trafficking victims, coordinating with law enforcement. Their presence was coincidence that wasn't. Mia Sterling was 28, single mother working graveyard shifts, studying criminal justice at community college. She'd survived abusive relationship 5 years ago, escaped when son was 2, rebuilt life through waitressing and education. That survival created hypervigilance. She noticed things. Bruises positioned to hide, fear masquerading as smiles, women positioned like prisoners despite appearing free. Claire Westfield was 34, appearing composed, but moving like prisoner eyes darting toward staff repeatedly, seeking something nobody seemed hearing. Her hand trembled when ordering coffee. Her left wrist bore marks suggesting restraint. Mia noticed. Marcus Webb, man beside Claire, smiled disarmingly while gripping her knee beneath table. Control, deliberate, practiced. His positioning blocked her exit. His smile was performance. Mia approached with coffee refill. Marcus nodded, dismissing her. "We're fine. Don't need anything." But his hand pressed Claire's knee pressure, promising consequences if she deviated from script. Mia understood that language, had lived it. She accidentally spilled drops, excused herself profusely, took napkin from pocket to wipe table, laid it clearly visible. Claire understood immediately. She drew 2 words in the coffee residue, "help" and "kidnapped." Handed napkin to Mia with casual movement appearing routine. Day 1, Friday, 10 hours a.m. Mia read napkin in kitchen, "help" and "kidnapped." Her nervous system activated completely. She photographed napkin with phone, walked to table 15, where Ride Safe members pretended not watching, but were watching everything. "Can I help you, gentlemen?" Mia asked, lowering voice. "Woman at table 8 just passed me note. Says help, kidnapped. Man beside her is holding her captive somehow. She's terrified." Diesel Ride Safe leader, ex-detective, 46 assessed table 8 immediately. Claire's stiffness, her eye movement, deliberate lack of communication with companion. Marcus's positioning, territorial, controlling, predatory. "You're completely sure?" Diesel asked. "Completely. She risked that communication." Diesel nodded to his team. 12 years training manifesting instantly. 2 members blocked exit calmly. 2 created space between Marcus and Claire. 2 positioned for intervention if Marcus reached weapon. Diesel approached table 8. "We're Ride Safe organization helping law enforcement locate missing persons. Are you here voluntarily?" Marcus stood immediately, hand moving toward concealed weapon. "This isn't your concern. We're leaving." But Ride Safe had already closed his options. 2 members blocked exit. Diesel remained calm, commanding. "Hand stays away from weapon. Police are already contacted. You can sit or resist. Your choice." Marcus calculated 12 trained operatives surrounding him. Escape route blocked. Police minutes away. He attempted drawing weapon. Diesel moved 6'3" ex-detective, 22 years law enforcement. Gun was disarmed before Marcus could fire. Police arrived 4 minutes later. Sergeant Martinez assessed situation. Marcus restrained, weapon secured, Claire protected, and separated. Day 1, Friday, 2:00 p.m., safe house. Mia visited Claire, brought coffee, sat quietly. Claire's hand shook, holding cup. "How did you know?" Claire asked, voice barely audible. "Your eyes," Mia replied simply. "Same eyes I had 5 years ago. Different prison, same fear." Claire broke first tears in 3 weeks. "I thought I could handle it, thought journalist training prepared me. But when he took my phone, my passport, I was just another victim." "You survived," Mia said firmly. "That's not just, that's everything." They sat quiet, 2 women recognizing each other across different traumas. No words necessary. Recognition sufficient. Later, Diesel debriefed both women. Claire explained her undercover work, 3 weeks infiltrating trafficking network, documenting operational procedures, gathering evidence. She'd made critical mistake, developed genuine relationship with man she'd infiltrated. Weakness he'd exploited by isolating her completely, ensuring she couldn't contact authorities. "You did remarkable work maintaining intelligence despite captivity," Diesel explained. "Most people would have surrendered. You preserved evidence. That takes courage." Day 2, Saturday, processing trauma. Claire sat alone in safe house, hands shaking, writing notes she couldn't finish. Diesel checked on her. "You don't have to do this." "Yes, I do," Claire replied. 12 other women still captive. I know where. I know how. I know what Marcus was planning. I'm the only one who can stop it." Her purpose crystallized, not victimhood, but advocacy. She began documenting everything from memory: locations, names, trafficking procedures, victim descriptions. Journalist training combined with 3 weeks undercover produced detailed law enforcement needed. Federal task force launched investigation using Claire's documentation. Marcus's captured phone contained 347 files, photographs of victims, location data, communication records with network operatives. Within hours, law enforcement identified 4 additional captive women. Day 3, Sunday, training development conversation. Mia visited Claire again. They sat in safe house kitchen, coffee cooling between them. "What did you notice?" Claire asked. "When you looked at me, what made you know?" Mia considered carefully. "Your hands, how you moved, like prisoner. Your eyes searching for exit. Your body positioned away from the door. Every movement said, 'I'm controlled.' Most people don't see that, but I've lived it. I recognized myself in you." "What should other waitresses look for?" Claire asked, pulling notebook. "What signs did I display?" They spent hours building curriculum, Claire asking questions, Mia answering from lived experience, behavioral indicators, conversation techniques, safety procedures. Their collaboration became educational program, eventually reaching thousands of service workers. "This matters," Claire said quietly. "Every waitress learning this becomes first responder to trafficking victimization. Every person identifying victims like me prevents someone else living through captivity." Friendship deepened through shared purpose, not sympathy for victims, but active partnership building prevention systems. Day 4, Monday, coordinated rescue. Coordinated rescue operations began. Federal agents, local police, ride safe, providing victim support. By Monday evening, law enforcement had safely recovered 4 additional victims from Marcus's trafficking hub. All 4 were connected to larger networks spanning 3 states. Mia helped each victim process fear, recognizing her own survival in their trauma, translating that understanding into safety language they could believe. She walked beside them, not ahead of them, proving escape was possible. Claire provided law enforcement with operational procedures, allowing systematic dismantling of network. Her 3 weeks undercover had documented enough detail to identify 12 additional perpetrators operating across California and Nevada. Both women worked ceaselessly, not from obligation, but from understanding. Every hour delayed meant additional victims remaining captive. Day 5, Tuesday, trial testimony preparation. Claire, prepared for trial, would testify against Marcus, documenting captivity, abuse, trafficking operations. Diesel supported her. You'll face defense attempting characterizing you as unreliable witness. They'll claim trauma-induced false memories, emotional involvement, motive fabricating evidence. I have evidence, Claire replied. I have documentation. I have memory trained through journalism. I have truth. Mia sat with Claire night before testimony. I'll be in courtroom, front row. If you need anchor, look for me. Claire nodded. I'm terrified. Everyone is, Mia said, but you're not alone, not anymore. They held hands, 2 survivors proving sisterhood transcends shared trauma. Tomorrow, Claire would testify publicly about captivity most people never acknowledge. Tomorrow, Mia would watch from gallery, bearing witness to courage. Day 5, Tuesday, 10:00 a.m. Trial courtroom filled. Marcus sat expressionless while Claire approached witness stand. Her voice shook initially. Defense attorney attacked immediately. Miss Westfield, you maintained romantic relationship with my client during your undercover work. Doesn't your emotional involvement compromise your credibility? Aren't you potentially fabricating evidence due to trauma? Claire took breath. My professional training requires objective documentation regardless of emotional circumstances. I documented trafficking procedures, victim locations, network operatives systematically. That documentation exists independent of my emotional experience. Yes, I was traumatized. That trauma doesn't erase what I witnessed and documented. She testified for 3 hours, detailed description of captivity, abuse, trafficking operations. Her memory was systematic, unchallengeable. She provided dates, locations, perpetrator names, victim descriptions, financial flows, communication records. Prosecution presented physical evidence, phone files, bank records, victim testimony. Marcus's defense crumbled. By day 3 of trial, defense negotiated plea agreement. Marcus pled guilty to human trafficking, kidnapping, weapons violations. Judge sentenced 45 years imprisonment. But larger investigation continued. Marcus was one perpetrator in networks spanning 3 states. Claire's intelligence revealed 12 additional perpetrators. Day 5, Tuesday 4:00 p.m., courtroom aftermath. After verdict, courtroom cleared. Claire and Mia sat alone. 45 years, Claire whispered. He'll be 82 when released. Justice, Mia said. No, Claire replied firmly. Justice would be returning stolen years to his victims. This is just consequence, just accountability. Justice would look different. Mia understood. Some wounds transform, but never heal. Only become purpose, preventing others wounding. They sat together, 2 women who'd turned Napkin into rescue, trauma into transformation, fear into fierce protection. Mia placed hand on Claire's shoulder. You did that, Mia said. Your courage, your documentation, your willingness testifying. You did that. Claire looked at her friend. We did that. Your intuition saved me. Your hypervigilance noticed what nobody else noticed. Your compassion convinced me I was worth saving. We did this together. Week 1. Network dismantling. Federal investigation accelerated using Claire's intelligence. 12 additional arrests across California and Nevada. 23 additional victims rescued. Law enforcement credited Claire's documentation with dismantling trafficking network operating 8 years uninterrupted. Claire received FBI coordinator position offer, federal trafficking prevention. Mia received FBI victim advocacy coordinator position. Both accepted transforming personal trauma into systematic prevention work. Ride Safe formalized trafficking victim identification program. Claire as educational director, Mia as victim advocacy coordinator. They developed curriculum teaching service workers behavioral indicators, safe communication techniques, law enforcement coordination procedures. Within a year, training reached 5,000 service workers. Within 3 years, trained service workers identified 47 additional trafficking victims who would have remained captive without worker intervention. Every rescued victim received trauma-informed victim advocacy. Every victim service connected to reintegration support. Every perpetrator pursued through coordinated federal prosecution. Federal investigation resulted in 34 arrests across 3 states. 89 trafficking victims were rescued through coordinated dismantling. Ride Safe received FBI commendation for victim identification support. Claire received commendation for undercover work and trial testimony. Mia received commendation for victim behavior, recognition, and advocacy coordination. Most meaningful, rescued victims testified that trained service workers had noticed their captivity, initiated communication, enabled escape. Service workers became first responders through learning identification techniques. 5 years later, Mia and Claire's training program had reached 50,000 service workers across 32 states. Program identified 847 additional trafficking victims. Federal law enforcement credited service worker training with dismantling 17 trafficking networks nationwide. Mia was promoted to FBI Special Agent. Claire consulted internationally, establishing victim identification training in 15 countries. Sometimes, salvation sits at table 15. Sometimes, 2 words written on napkin create cascade dismantling criminal networks. Sometimes, service workers are first responders to trafficking victimization. Sometimes, one rescued victim becomes advocate preventing hundreds of future victimizations. Sometimes, what begins with help becomes movement, transforming how society identifies and rescues trafficking victims.